we can get this way. A bomb just went off inside here. It's pretty bad.
Something exploded just now. Somebody told me she had shrapnel on her back. She's hurt. There's a lot of people hurt.
My name is Brent Stroman, and I'm the Executive Director of the 100 Club, Heart of Texas. The 100 Club provides support for the first responders and their families in the event of a line of duty serious injury or line of duty death.
The work of the 100 Club is so important because they provide really that shoulder for the first responders' family to lean on in a time of crisis.
The importance of the 100 Club is this. Most first responders have some kind of backup insurance, or they have something there that eventually their entity will help them get through this. In the meantime, the spouse has to make a car payment, has to make a house payment, has to take care of their children, what have you. As of today, any first responder killed in the line of duty in McLennan County, we cover.
I'm a corporate sponsor here at George's and an individual sponsor for myself personally, for our family. I feel it's very important to support the first responders. They're the ones that are going in the buildings when we're trying to get out. They're the ones that have our back every day. And what's more important, the military, the first responders, helping them, helping their families. They do so much for our community, keeping us safe. It's just a no-brainer to help those guys.
When that day comes and that loved one of theirs goes and runs toward the danger and the unthinkable happens, the 100 Club is there to provide financial and emotional support for them.
Well, I'm Courtney Jones. My maiden name was Travis. I grew up in Waco. I've lived here my entire life. So Matt and I were both Conley kids. Historically, his grandparents actually both worked at Conley. His grandpa was the longest running Conley employee. He started working for Falls County in August of 2015, and we got married in October of 2015. Being married, it was wonderful. It was great. Matt's my best friend. He's a pretty easygoing guy. It didn't take a whole lot to please him. He was pretty happy and content in life. He didn't let anything really kind of get him down. Being the wife of a law enforcement officer and somebody that's a first responder is hard. You don't ever know if they're going to come home, and you can't set hours. It's hard to plan anything. You can't plan holidays. You can't plan things like that with family or friends because you don't know. So the day that Matthew passed away, it was a Friday. I'm in the recliner. Matt gets up to get ready for work, and he's like, "Are you not going to go to work today?" And I go, "No, I don't feel good." And he was like, "Okay, well, like, do you need anything?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay." He gets up and gets ready. He gets Thor, his canine, ready, and they go to leave. He kisses me on the forehead and says, "Bye, I love you." And I said, "Be careful. I love you." And that's the last time I spoke to him. And then I see a news report that says somebody has been killed in Falls County, that an officer's been killed. And I thought, okay. I don't panic. I'm like, all right. And then I get a knock at the door, and it's the cliched knock at the door that they put on television shows. You don't think that actually happens, but it does. And I open the door, and the sheriff and his wife and the lead officer is there, and they're crying. And they just said, "It's Matt." And I knew it was. And the first thing I said is, "What am I going to do?" Because I didn't know. You don't expect to be a widow and 33 years old. You know, you hear stories about law enforcement officers dying and first responders dying, but you don't ever really think it would be you. You know it can happen. And that's a reality that you live with, but you don't think it will ever be you. So Matt was just outside of Riesel on Highway 6. He was working an accident, but from my understanding, he and another officer were standing in between two cars. There was a 21-year-old kid. The kid hydroplaned. He overcorrected. He slid off the road and hit and killed Matt instantly. I do take solace in knowing that when Matt passed away, it was instant. I was reassured. Yes, it was instant. He didn't suffer. And there was nothing anybody could have done to help him. And I think that's helpful for some of his other officers to know that there was nothing that they could have done. Nothing. He was already gone. One of the very first thoughts that I kind of had in coming to grips with Matthew dying is, bills don't stop. I still needed to pay for the house and the cars and everything else under the sun. And then I think, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay for a funeral? And so I will say that the 100 Club really did step up and help me and help put my mind at ease about some things and take a burden off of me when I'm already dealing with the huge burden of losing my spouse.
Mike and I are honored to be a part of this. With a $100 donation a year, we are able to help provide that support, that financial support.
I just really feel passionate that other businesses in our community should get behind the Waco 100 Club. Go to their Facebook, go to their social media, look for them, talk to a police officer, talk to a fireman, talk to a medic, ask them about it, get involved, support these groups.
I think about what the 100 Club does is they don't just provide that initial money, they provide that emotional support. They stay in touch with that family for years afterwards. And it's that kind of relationship that is just so important.
After Matt dying and seeing how precious life is and how short life is, I don't take any day for granted. You don't move on from grief, you move forward with it, right? The loss of Matt is always going to be there, right? That doesn't go away, but that doesn't also mean in the same breath that I am not happy, because you can be both. They're not mutually exclusive. I can choose to be a happy person, and I am a happy person.
Currently, the 100 Club supports the first responders in McLennan County, but with your support, we can actually grow this organization to be able to cover first responders in our adjacent counties.
These people, they give their lives for us. They protect us. They heal us. They do all these things for us, and this is one small thing that we can do to help them.
For over a decade, our club has been able to provide the support for our first responders and families, and I want to say thank you. And if you're not a current member, I invite you to come alongside us as we go forward and provide the services to our first responders.
Just because somebody's here for a short amount of time doesn't mean that they don't have a huge impact, right? He would literally do anything for anybody to help anybody out. And so that legacy I know lives on in him.
It's easy to donate or become a member. Visit our website or Facebook page and join us to serve our first responders who serve us.